Hello everyone, my name is Daniel and today I will introduce you to the project that my friend Mark and I have been developing for the last month. So the game doesn't have a name just yet because, I don't know, we haven't decided and it's kind of difficult to think about it. Like Untitled Fish Game, that's how we call it right now. So as you can guess, this game is about fishes and fishing. But it's also about crafting and upgrading your boat or your fleet of boats. That's what we have in mind, something between Terraria and Animal Crossing. So it's funny how this idea came to us because I wanted to make a fishing game and Mark wanted to make a building game, like a spaceship building game. And I don't know, we couldn't decide. So at the end, we decided to make both. And I think it turned out quite well. Like, the concept of the game is building boats, upgrading your boat, and using that boat to fish. So you have like this kind of loop where you upgrade your boat, fish, and with the money you earn fishing, you can upgrade your boat, and so on. I just wanted to mention that we are using the Unity engine and C# for this project. The first day, we spent most of the time creating a structure for the game, just because we wanted to make it as expandable as possible from the beginning. At the end, this will allow us not to make a spaghetti code, or at least create less of it. After the structure was done, we just created a capsule and called it a player. After that, we just created movement for the player, which I now realize that I don't have footage of. We didn't want to spend time modeling and animating fishes for now, so luckily I found these 3D models from Quaternius. Big shout out because it saved me a lot of time in the beginning.
Thank you!
So the second day I really wanted to see some swimming fish and that's what we did. At the end of the day we had this koi fish swimming around, which I think it turned out quite well. From the same side as the fishes, I found this ultimate animated character pack, which had animations and characters that it would just work for our game. I just imported them and applied to the player movement, which wasn't too difficult. It's also just a placeholder, so I think it worked well for a while. Well, after that we almost spent a week making this wave system, which is way too over-engineered, but I think it's a core aspect of our game, so I don't regret spending just a single week doing this. It actually turned out quite well. Mark is actually a math major, so he was really happy doing calculations and creating the algorithm for the wave system, so yeah, we had a fun time. Well, worth to mention that I actually tried to make my own custom shader, but I don't know, at the end no one of us was really happy with it, so we just bought this other Toonwater URP asset from the store and that's what we are using right now. After that I added this 3D model of Bodhi McBoatface, that's how I called him for a long while. He was too small though, so I made him way bigger and cooler. After that, I started working on player animations and a state machine for the fishing mechanic. It wasn't too difficult. It took me way longer than I wanted because I had to adapt this skeleton to my animations, but I don't know, I could recycle a lot of parts, so it worked really well. I also imported a new 3D model for the ship and a fishing rod, also from the same package. Also marked the collisions between the player and the ship. So at the end of the month, we already had this beautiful sea, ship, and player. Wasn't much, but it's definitely a start, and we were quite happy with that at the moment. I started experimenting on Blender. The ship was way too simple, so I started adding details that we didn't have before, but it made the game look way better. We started working on the new module, the wheel module that we call. It's just a way to access the control of the ship. This changed the game state from roaming to surfing. It allows you to move the ship wherever you want. Also now the angle of the camera changes when you're surfing. And thanks to the magic of lerping, we have a way smoother camera now. Also, Mark made a great job working on the buoyancy points of the ship. This makes it look way more realistic than before. Even though we had to remake this part of the code several times, it was worth it. On the last week of the month and the year, I decided to start working on the textures, just like experimenting a little bit. For now it doesn't match with the rest of the assets, but nothing's final in this game, so let's see how it turns out. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or ideas on how to improve my devlogs or the game itself, please leave a comment and I will see you next month. Bye!